Well, folks, good morning. I am in the jungle again, and this is I've had to wrap my detector to keep this dew that's on every leaf. It's going to muddy everything up. Had to wrap my detector as a prophylactic. You know, always wrap your detector, folks. It's early morning still. I got the big D. This is this big D buckle. Wow, that was singing way down in a hole. I was like, man, give me a $50. I really want to see a silver half this morning. It's been a little while since my last silver half. It was seated $50, but man, oh man. Well, it was not to be. All right, keep digging. Well, what is that? Looks like something I don't want to have to carry around with me, but I will have to carry it around. That's a good signal is what that is. Man, every time I find something like a big piece of brass like that, I'm like, I don't want to carry that. But probably the other half of this big pipe retort or whatever it is in this row up ahead. But goodness. Well, I guess I'll carry it. All right, keep digging. Well, folks, I'm still seeing things like this. That's a piece of a ginger beer bottle, the lip of one. You know, anytime you're seeing stuff like that, you're like, man, I should keep going. And I'm definitely going to keep going here. I got still iron blips, but it's hard to tell, you know, where a sight ends. My general rule for this type of thing is go until you don't hear iron, and then go a little more. All right, keep digging. Hey everybody, well the signs are certainly newer over here. Dug some can this morning and some junk and a pipe piece or two. I don't know what this thing is. It looks oddly colored. I'm wondering if it's a little knob off of a tea set, like a top knot off of a tea set. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's like ceramic or something. Would have been a lid off of a child's tea set or something. That's a pretty cool little item. And very imperfectly made. Yeah, kind of neat. All right, I'll keep digging. Well, once again, I found the D. Just a small D this time. But man, those things ring up good. Gosh. There's got to be something good in here. I already got a glove blowout. Had a glove blowout yesterday. Anytime it's really hot outside, this happens from the sweat and the water. Yeah, don't buy this brand. Anyhow, keep digging. Hey everybody. This is a humble Rivet and Burr. The rivet part is the actual nail looking thing. The burr is the little washer donut part that was put on. This was held two pieces of leather together in the 1800s, and you would punch the nail part through both pieces of leather, put the donut on, and then beat this end with a hammer. See that side's flat and this side is beaten with a hammer. So they were all put on by hand. Folks want to say that these items are, you know, Civil War, if they're found in a Civil War camp and blah, blah, blah. But if there's ever been a horse in the field, or any leather item in the field that this might have fallen off of, then it's, I hate to tell you, but it's probably not Civil War. These are not military issued items. They are civilian items. And you can look in any mail order magazine and they were sold by the pound. You know, 50 something pieces to the pound in every mail order catalog for 100 years. So I start with that when I'm IDing these things, that it's a civilian item that was sold in bulk, and one of the most common items of the 1800s. Then I guess the last thing I'd say is that these things are made out of copper. So when you beep them, they beep a lot better than they should. Even the little donut part, if it's separate from the little burr. But that's why, is they're made of copper, not brass. All right, keep digging. Goodness. Well, it's been another hour, and haven't found too much, but the heat index is now 100, and it's going to top out about 108, 109 today, and that's kind of gets borderline not fun. Yeah, stupid sun came out. Hello, sunshine, my old friend. You've come to torment me again. Keep digging. Hey everybody, here is a Prosser button made by the Prosser process. These buttons date at the earliest to about 1840, but of course they were made up until the 20th century. And that's a pressed ceramic, I guess you would call it. It was pressed in a mold at extremely high pressures, this ceramic dust, to create this thing. Pretty amazing, but I usually associate them with mid to late 1800s sites, or even early 20th century. And the smaller ones of these were probably on women's garments and some shirts. Larger ones were probably trouser buttons or suspender buttons, because there's photos back in the day of suspender braces attached to not anything other than a Prosser button on the front of people's pants. All right, cool, keep digging. Well, I've been here 2.5 hours in this awful heat, and I finally have a keeper. That is a suspender brace, late 1800s. It's really good to have that. Oh, it's starting to get hot. But I'm gonna keep going. All right, keep digging, see what else we find. Hey everybody, this is a bale or cloth seal, probably a bale seal. If I had to judge from the look of it, the iron pieces are still in there. That's not incredibly old, it's probably 20th century, but it might be early 20th century. At any rate, that's what that is. Keep digging. Hey everybody, well, it's been a while, still haven't found a whole lot. It's maybe one of those days, but I refuse to believe that. But I will take a marble surface find any day, doesn't matter what kind. I think that's a machine-made marble, just clear, kind of boring, but you know what, it's at least a keeper. All right, keep digging. Well, I got a broken harmonica reed. It's not much, but I'm gonna keep going here, see what pops up. All right, keep digging. Hey everybody, camera's fogged up from the heat, humidity. Still slow, but I've got a corset. Oops, I dropped it. But what it was a corset clasp. At any rate, back at it, keep digging. Well folks, the rain may get me. I don't like the look of that cloud very much. It probably doesn't like the look of me. I do not like being out in a wide open field with a metal detector and a shovel when it's a lightning storm. But yeah, there's still patches of sun, but I may sit and wait for this to blow over. I don't like that much. You know, in the summertime when it rains, it gets hotter. That's how you know that summer's come. In the spring in Louisiana, it rains and it gets cooler, but we're way past that. So it's gonna get bad if it rains here. All right, keep digging. Hey everybody. Big jug, big brown jug. That's pretty cool. It's a shame that's all broken up. Man, that was a monster jug. Stoneware jug. It's kind of neat. I always wonder how many things would be found if the plow hadn't done its dirty work, but that's really cool. Big handle there. All right, keep digging. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a caterpillar. Fuzzy Wuzzy rhymes with caterpillar. Fuzzy Wuzzy 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 Fuzzy Wuzzy Wuzzy. Well, this place has been devoid of targets, but I just got something here that's kind of fancy. I think that's probably a piece of a letter clip, where you would have clipped a letter to a door or desk. I've recovered one of those types of things before, but I have a hunch that's probably what that is. Kind of a neat find. Yeah, cool. Keep digging. Hey everybody, here's a true treasure story. This is one of my favorite buttons. I dug this out of a field in the middle of nowhere, and it's not just this button. I mean, this button is just a button, but what this button led me to was pretty darn amazing. And so I just found the button there. I said, you know, what in the world's going on? Looked around a little bit, dug another button. I looked around a little bit more, wasn't a whole lot else. And so I said, you know, I'm gonna come back with a couple friends I came back with some friends and we dug a couple more buttons from the same coat, almost looks like. Turned tomback buttons, like a coat was discarded. And so we looked around there and didn't find many more than a couple more buttons that day. And I did dig, fortunately, my first silver Franklin $50, which I was pretty pleased about. It was just waiting there, hiding in the iron. Obviously a farmer drop, but that's the only one I've ever found in 30-something years. Of course, I don't dig 1950s yards, so I probably won't ever find another one, to be truth be told. But at any rate, the site kept, you know, lingering in the back of my mind. I kept being like, man, I know there's something there. It's got to be something in that iron. You know, I'm kind of wandering all around. Well, the answer was that I needed to be a little more thorough, and I hit it a couple more times and finally realized where I needed to be in that field. And let's just say I hit it big time. What you see in this case is a ton of relics, coins, clay pipe stems, buttons. We've got some silver coins here, some Spanish silvers, some seededs, a piece of gold, big shoe buckle frame here, lots of tomback buttons, concertina reed, of course the Franklin half. This is some sort of a big belt tip. You can see it was peened on, maybe a shoulder belt tip. We've got 3 of these leather valise strap ends. One of them's complete. Those went on saddlebags or similar. All of the lock keyhole covers were imported ones. This is WR, that's for King William, so that's 1830s. Fits right in the timeline with all these other coins and things. A token, we've got some Richmond style Confederate sword hangers that were lost in that field. Very early gunflint, beautiful gunflint, English gunflint, probably from early 1800s. We've got a tiny child's jaw harp, which is really cool find. These were not filed down, that it was actually that size. Early brass stirrup piece, tons more buttons, and of course the coins are just spectacular. Most of these are 1830s and very early 1840s seededs. Spanish there at the top. Most of them are New Orleans mint marks. We've got 1839s, 1840, 1841. I think the newest coin was maybe 1842 that you see right there. Got a stunning 1807. We got a barber that was a farmer dropped coin, a barber quarter, 1893-0. More 1700s Spanish, more 1830s seededs there. I guess I got an 1840, what is that, 1841, 1838, 1840. And of course, the centerpiece of all of this is this incredible fob seal. Well, it wasn't used as a seal, but has a yellow carnelian stone, and that, my friends, is gold. It was brazed on, probably hung from a pocket watch chain. Just incredible. And so my point here is that I would have never found all of this if it wasn't for this button. Never ever. And there's 15 coins in that display case. That's just my portion of those. It doesn't count what my buddy found. It doesn't count what my wife dug. So we were probably looking at 30 plus silvers, all dated before 1842 in that field, all because of this one button. So that, my friends, is why that button is one of my favorite finds. Catch y'all on the next.